New provisional data, which has just been released from the Home Office, it shows that the number of illegal migrants crossing the English Channel has reached a new record, with 9,861 attempting the crossing so far this year.
Oh, God. The 117 arrivals on Thursday means that a new record has been set for the number of migrants arriving in the country in the first 5 months of any calendar year.
Good start. OK, so our political correspondent Olivia Utley is here with us in the studio. Good morning, Olivia. Nice to see you with us. What does this mean for Rishi Sunak's pledge to stop the boats? Because it's not a good start for him, is it? Especially in what is a very pivotal couple of months coming up.
I mean, this is an absolutely huge headache for Rishi Sunak. Sunak has been making the point for quite a number of months now that his Stop the Boats plan is working. And actually, until now, it looked like the data was backing him up. Last year, arrivals on small boats were down 41% on the year before. And although the Rwanda plan obviously hasn't yet been implemented, Rishi Sunak did manage to strike a deal with the Albanian Prime Minister, which meant that all Albanian migrants coming here got sent back immediately because Albania is deemed to be a safe country. And for a while, it looked like that strategy was working pretty well. But over the past 5 months of this year, that number has gone up and up. The Prime Minister says that's because we're now seeing an influx of Vietnamese migrants coming over here, which does, in a way, underline exactly the point that Rishi Sunak is making, in that you cannot make bilateral deals with countries over and over again, because whatever you do, there will always be a flow of people who desperately want to come from Britain, from countries all over the world. So you cut off one supply and another will just pop up in its place, which is why Conservative politicians have been saying for such a long time now that we need a solution like offshoring migrants in Rwanda or another third country. Obviously, that plan hasn't worked yet. It has now got through those final stages in Parliament after a lot of furore. And we can expect to see migrants taking off for Rwanda in the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. The problem is that makes it pretty late for the Prime Minister. He wanted flights off the ground by the spring. Well, it's the 18th of May now. I think most people would say that spring ends on the 31st. And the longer he leaves it, obviously, the closer we get to an election and the more unlikely it is that people will actually see the dividends of the Rwanda scheme before they vote.
And Labour are trying to capitalise on that this week, aren't they, with Sir Keir Starmer coming out with his Labour's First Steps, which I'm assuming is just before Labour's first day at big school. Solid food, who knows? But that's one of his 5 or 6 pledges. I lose the plot with how many pledges they're actually making these days. But they're trying to gain some ground on the migration situation, aren't they?
They are. Sort of quite belatedly, Labour has seemed to realise that this is an issue which really, really resonates with the British public. So far, Labour's plan essentially involves hiring 1,000 new caseworkers in the Home Office to try and clear the backlog and get those migrants processed quicker. I mean, Yvette Cooper has a nice way of phrasing it. I think she calls it an army or something, some sort of similar military simile, an army of people clearing the backlog. It does really come down to more pen pushers in the Home Office, and I think there will be quite a lot of voters who aren't really sure if that, as a policy, will cut the mustard.